nth degree. I'm not sitting there, lamenting over defensive zone starts and all these other things that others do, and that's fine. But you don't have to. You watch the game and then you match it with what you've seen, with what the numbers show you. It tells a story. And you sit back and say, well, how do you improve your puck possession? Go get it. Here's the thing. It's too easy for the other team to break out. It's too easy for them to get into the zone. It's too hard for the Red Wings to break out. It's too hard for them to get into the zone. And if the puck is in doubt, meaning, hey, either team can go get it, the other team gets it more than the Red Wings. That is kind of what I'm observing. It looks like kind of the Red Wings are skating up and down like, it's like I said, there's these 45
At the next stop sign, turn right.
It's about 20 of them a game or whatever the players take. And, I skate over to the bench and, get back over the boards, hop over the boards.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Cooley Lake Road. Then turn left onto Union Lake Road.
Rather than, are you doing anything to impose will on the game? That's what it looks like. Am I wrong? So how do you correct that? Okay, well, the first thing you got to do is admit you got a problem, right?
At the light, turn left onto Union Lake Road. Then turn right onto Cooley Lake Road.
That he doesn't have a problem. I think he needs to admit that he has a problem with his team. That's the first thing. Second of all, the first thing that needs to improve that is obviously a coaching change is in order. It's gotten to the point where it's just going to happen. You cannot be that bad with a team that's, one of the older teams in the league, experience-wise, has paid its players, what they wanted, and to be that bad. Okay, that's the first thing. Then if the coach doesn't work, a change of coach, you start changing the players. The definition of insanity fits to sports as much as it does to anything in life. It's doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. That team plays the same game every night, and it's not inspired hockey. Once in a while, and once it's been pretty much a rare while, they play a good game. You think they're turning the corner, and you end up finding out they haven't. The game in Ottawa, that's a key game. What happened? Things like that over and over and over again. And that's what Yzerman has to do. Now, people say, well, Stevie's got to go and all this. That's ridiculous, all right, because their bigger picture is looking pretty good, and you got to understand the player development curve of hockey, and you got to understand that Yzerman's brought in a number of young players through the draft, and already...
At the light, turn right onto Cooley Lake Road.
21-year-old Simon Edmondson, 22-year-old Lucas Raymond, 24-year-old Moritz Seider. Those are their best players, along with Dylan Larkin. But the players he's brought in and signed, given generous contracts to, haven't performed. It starts with the Brinket's got to start scoring goals.
At the next light, turn left.
Comfer, Rasmussen, Boleno, how can you have that type of penalty kill? So, what are you going to do? Patrick Kane...
At the light, turn left onto South Williams Lake Road.
But Patrick Kane can only be valuable if somebody's going to get him the puck. He's the one guy you don't mind out there tapping his stick in front of the net.
In about 5 miles, turn left onto Maestay Lake Road.
It'd be great if it were 2021, but it isn't. Hole. What is that? So, what do you do? And, this thing about, well, we got to keep them overly ripe. I don't know what they're doing that again. Wouldn't you like to see Kosa play? Although Husso really hasn't been the problem. if you play him every night? So, I don't know. You can look, there's a couple defensemen down there, like that Tomitsu kid's big, and he's got a booming shot, but, he doesn't take any guff. How about getting one of those guys up and see whether they can knock some heads? And certainly, looking at the coach, it's not going to be really his fault, but the players will be, we let Uzi down. I've said that 1,000 times. Well, that's what you're doing, and you're going to end up probably with somebody who's going to come in, and he's going to be kicking some ass. He's not going to care. Not going to fire a coach a week after he gets the job. And, that's why I say Gallant. Gallant, somebody said he's the ideal part if you want to finish. To me, he's the ideal part if you want to move up. And then you might get somebody else to finish. But you got to get somebody in there who holds those players accountable. You've got to do that. They've caved to human nature. It's like they're secure. They're passive. And that's what's going on. As far as Yzerman's concerned, Yzerman's going nowhere. So when you start talking that way, it's kind of a straw man poll. But it doesn't bother me that much if you get all over Yzerman. Because, and he understands this, trust me. It's not a case of with some other people that come from out of town. He understands what this means. He's acutely aware of that, I'm sure. He's smart as hell. And he's done a great job when it comes down to building a foundation for the future. But you can't go year after year after year like you're Buffalo and not make the playoffs. Or at least be contending or taking steps back. So you got to do something that works. You can't just sit there and say, well, it's another wasted year, but hey, Amadeus Lombardi's lighting it up in Grand Rapids. Nobody gives a flying, I can't say it on terrestrial radio, about Grand Rapids right now. I do. I watch their games. Very exciting. Very exciting. Not as exciting without Kosovo. 248-539-9797. From Pat Caputo, it's 97-1 the ticket.
97-1 the ticket. When is the last time you paid less but got more in return? It happens every day if you or a loved one has Medicare Advantage. $0 copays and an average of $2,500 less out of pocket annually, but more benefits like dental, hearing, and vision. More prevention and screenings to keep people healthy. More care for less money. No wonder 33 million seniors choose Medicare Advantage. Visit MedicareAdvantageMajority.org to learn more. Paid for by Medicare Advantage Majority.
Did your furnace struggle last winter? Now is the time to keep yourself warm and save money with a high-efficient Comfort Maker furnace. Rated as high as 98% efficient, Comfort Maker is the heart of great homes. Join the millions of homeowners who have chosen Comfort Maker, supported locally by a family-owned distributor who only partners with technicians that will provide the highest quality solutions at an affordable price. Your comfort is our business. For a Comfort Maker dealer near you, visit ComfortMaker.com.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good? Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good? Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Mobile Unlimited. Plus, for a limited time, find out how to get an $800 holiday bonus prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online to ComcastBusiness.com today. Ends 12/15/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Connection Pro. EcoBill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop Deal Double G.
Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile.
Okay, cool.
This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line, plus 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence and the all-new camera control on us.
Let's get cracking at the breakfast egg.
You can use those eggs to make some eggnog, Snoop.
Respect.
And people do love T-Mobile, where you can save on every plan versus when you switch.
You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
Always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop.
We up out of here.
Hold your horses, Snoop D-O-double-G. Let's remind people one more time.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16s with Apple Intelligence on us, plus 4 lines for $25. Now drop that check.
With 24 monthly bill credits for eligible trade-ins and 40 lines with auto-pay. All qualified customers plus taxes and fees and $35 per line connection charge. Cancel the entire account before receiving 24 bill credits and credit stop and balance on required finance agreements due. $29.99 credits and pay off device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence requires iOS 18.1 or later.
Now, you can order 97.1 The Ticket merchandise. Go to shoptheticket.com. That's shoptheticket.com.
Anderson got it in over the line, moving in. Norris with a chance, and he scores with 41.6 seconds to go. Norris gets his second of the game, a wrist shot beating Husso, and this crowd goes wild in Ottawa. It's the Senators 2 and the Red Wings 1, and that one stings.
That was Ken Cal from the Red Wings.
At the next light, turn left.
485-399-9797. Ticket text is the exact same number. Look, it was good for Josh Norris. You know, those of you who follow hockey closely know Josh Norris is a local kid. Grew up in Oxford, played for the Oakland Golden Grizzlies, who have nothing to do with the Oakland U, but they played for the Oakland Golden Grizzlies.
At the light, turn left onto Maystay Lake Road.
Former player at Michigan State. Played at Michigan, was a very good player. Was drafted by San Jose and then traded for Carlson. And he's had some shoulder injuries and all that. And so after a pretty good start and getting a nice contract, he's been playing hurt. So good for Josh Norris, but bad for the Reds. Bad for the Reds. Bad. So, and look, you know, there's only one team in the conference and 2 teams in the NHL with fewer points than the Red Wings right now. One is Montreal, which is in total rebuilding mode, and the other one's Anaheim. And Anaheim beat them. So that's where the Red Wings are at. The bottom feeders. 485-399-9797. Ticket text is at the exact same.
In 1 mile, turn right onto Nelsey Road.
Like Paul, you're on 97.1 The Ticket. What's up, Paul?
Pat, been a long time since I've talked to you. How you been?
I've been doing well. I hope you're doing well, and happy holidays and all those good things. What's up?
Well, Merry Christmas to you as well. I really believe, and this is what I said from the very beginning, I think they should have brought in Gerard Gallant. They need to bring him home. I know he played here. I watched him play. He was a gritty player, and he coaches the same. And I think that this is exactly what this team needs. They need somebody with some grit. All right? Hate to paraphrase that, but that's pretty much what it comes down to. These guys are just they're not playing up to their capabilities at all. And I know you had mentioned the Tigers earlier, and I wanted to say one thing about that if I could real quick.
Sure.
I think that the Tigers really need to go after a full-time third baseman. They really need a third baseman.
Yeah.
And that's something that's been missing out of their lineup for a long time. And if they want to win a championship, they need to put somebody there that's going to be there for a long time. And it's something that they've lacked for quite a long time. And I know pitching is the big deal, and I understand that, but it's not the be-all, end-all. They still need defense.
Turn right onto Nelsey Road.
Corner, and that's a hot corner. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, I look at last year and think about them not advancing.
In about 2.5 miles, turn left onto Dixie Highway.
Why? And it was early in that game that they lost to Cleveland, where McKinstry was playing third base. And, you know, he did the Olay play or whatever it was. The ball went by him, and it was a problem all year. Urshela at least gave him some defense when he was there.
Right.
But, you know, other than that, yeah, I agree with you 1,000%. Now, we know what their need is. What's the answer to the question about it? You know, the Bregman, I don't think is, you know, you're not going to want to sign Bregman for what he's going to get. Okay, you're just not going to want to do
absolutely
that.
Not.
For, you know, it's not worth the long term that you're going to have to take on there, in addition to salary that isn't, you know, going to equal what his production is going to be. And you look at Arenado, you got cost certainty at least there. You know, the question is, when I looked up Arenado and kind of did a deep dive in it, he's still very good at terms of putting the ball in play. He's still very good, you know, with getting on base, doing things like that. He doesn't have the power that he used to have. A lot of his power really was Coors Field oriented. He had a much higher OPS at Coors Field than any other place. Played well for the Cardinals at times, though, obviously. And, you know, but he doesn't run. I mean, he's in the bottom 10 percentile in speed. But his range is well above average still. So, you know, you're getting a mixed bag with him, and you're overpaying him. But if your salary is low and you've got some cost certainty for a couple years with him, it might be worth that. You know, you've got they have the prospects to trade for him.
They don't have the capability of bringing somebody up and plugging them in right now.
No, they don't. No, third base is a hole in their system. Now, now they would say, "Whoa, you're forgetting to mention Jace Young." I don't think Jace Young's third base.
No.
And
no, you don't want to put somebody there that's not positional like that.
You know, to me, he's your biggest tradable piece. All right.
Yep.
And
absolutely.
You know, and because you got a second baseman, you got another second baseman who's a right-handed hitter, and Ho-Yu Lee, who I think is a better prospect actually than Jace Young. But Jace Young is going
at the next light, turn left.
He's going to have power. He's going to do some things, but he's not going to be here in Detroit because Cole Keith is better than him, quite frankly.
But somewhere along the line, I don't know when this started. It started way back. Platooning third base. I think it was, Miguel Cabrera.
At the light, turn left onto Dixie Highway.
That went and got Prince Fielder and forgot.
So it was before that even. So I mean, when is that going to stop? I mean, it's like a continual merry-go-round every year with the Tigers, where you need to put a stop to it. Bring somebody in there that's going to be there for a long time.
Yeah, appreciate the call, and that's going to be interesting. Now, you talk about tradable piece. Now, we mentioned Braun, another piece, and I don't know how the Pirates feel about this. Ben Cherington, their GM, gave this guy a long-term deal. Now, it isn't like a zillion dollars, but it's the Pirates giving out like their most money guaranteed ever, literally, to a player. And it was Ke'Ryan Hayes. And he's only making like $7 million a year or something up until he becomes, over his free agent year. But that guy hasn't hit for squat. Now, he's a great fielder, again, but he hasn't hit for squat. And I don't know if the Pirates are wanting to unload him. I don't know. Like I said, their GM, put some faith in him and probably had to go to their owners they're genuinely cheap there. And had to... do that. But I don't see other third basemen to trade for. 248-539-9797. There is one player who's ideal for the Tigers, and I'll talk about that next in free agency. But there's a but there. 97 won the ticket.
Leo's Coney Island is stepping up our wing game. Come try our chicken wings tossed in one of our specialty sauces. We have garlic parmesan and buffalo. Or be bold with our mango habanero or sweet red chili. Or if barbecue is your thing, we have you covered. Visit leosconeyisland.com for a location near you. Leo's Coney Island is now offering online ordering for pickup and delivery on our website at leosconeyisland.com. Whether it's for our extensive breakfast menu or the classic chicken fingers pita, ordering at Leo's has never been easier.
Refresh your space during Dutch Boy Days at Menards. Get a paint that combines durability and gorgeous color. Dutch Boy's DuraClean Interior Paint and Primer in One offers Stay Clean technology, making your home stay beautiful and clean longer. With Dutch Boy's easy opening, smooth pouring container, transforming your home has never been easier. Save big money on Dutch Boy paints and head into Menards to get your paint project started today.
Make the most of your holidays with the Kroger app. You can enjoy over $600 in digital coupons every week.
In 1.5 miles, keep right to merge onto I-75 North.
$1 off per gallon at the pump. The Kroger app makes it easy to save this holiday season. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
Your weekend freebie is free Kroger brand frozen pizza. Just use your digital coupon Saturday or Sunday. Minimum purchase required. See coupon for details. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. A stunning eternity band, a pair of classic diamond stud earrings, something new and eye-catching from a world-class designer, or maybe you're looking...
In 1 mile, keep right to merge onto I-75 North.
At Diamonds Direct, we have the perfect gifts for the season, starting at around $500. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas, see the
Leslie
online
said, please
seasonal
keep
gift guide
posted
now
best
at
you can.
DiamondsDirect.com.
I love you with all my heart,
You can
my
even chat
handsome.
now with a
Kind
virtual
man.
assistant for the ultimate convenience. Whether you connect online or in person, you're guaranteed to get the
And send a
extraordinary
photo.
value,
Would you
ironclad
like to
warranties,
reply?
and white glove service Diamonds Direct is known for. And to help make your purchase even more affordable, we've
Okay.
got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver...
Stay in the middle lane.
The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new.
Use the right lane to keep right to merge onto I-75 North.
Get it done.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is,
Keep right.
just pretend it's not happening. That's an interesting sound. It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it.
In about 15 miles, take exit 108 onto Holly Road toward Grand Blanc.
At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Sports betting updates for pivotal games as they happen live. Get the latest on in-game prop bets, DFS, and more. Bet MGM tonight, weeknights 7 till 11 on the Bet 1270 and the Odyssey app.
Tied up this man out here is Rasmussen on circle feet in front. Raymond scores! Rasmussen fed it to Raymond in that wrist shot, beating Corpusalo, his second goal of the game for Lucas Raymond, and it gives the Red Wings an early 2-1 lead in the third.
$4853997. Ticket text is the exact same number. Matt, you're on 97.1 The Ticket. What's up, Matt?
Hey there, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, cool. So, my big thing right now with the Red Wings, one, it feels like a tank team. I don't know if you're getting that same vibe, but it kind of feels like Steve Eisenman didn't really want to give us the defense to work with right now, you know?
Well, I think he tried. I think his efforts have fallen short.
Well, you know, you mean like Jacob Trouba and like...
Well, Trouba, you know, Jacob Trouba would fit the Red Wings like a charm right now. He would.
He really would.
He really would. You know, I know. And in New York, they're all pissed off at him, and you know all these different things. But he would fit the Red Wings like a charm. He always would have. I mean, sometimes I'm a little, subconsciously prejudiced towards the local guys. Probably he's one of them.
Yeah, me too.
You know, and but you know, I mean,
I love Tyler Mott.
He is he's a fierce hockey player, and the fact that he you know, the only question is, does he go over the edge too much is a good thing as far as I'm concerned. And he's solid. But the problem is we have athletes with lives. Okay, and in the case of him, he's got a wife who's a doctor, right? And she's going through a residency and all these different things. And from what I understand, that's all happening in New York. And it's not just so easy to switch, you know, all of a sudden here. And so he has, from what I understand, always, you know, kind of, shied away from that. So I don't know, you know, when that would change, all those things.
He just went to Anaheim.
You know, so, you know.
Yeah, Jacob Trouba just got traded to Anaheim.
Right. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe that whole thing is easier, you know, there, you know, than it would be here in Detroit. So.
Oh no, I'm willing to bet Eisenman didn't want to, because the thing is, Anaheim didn't, New York didn't retain any salary, and I don't think Eisenman would have taken him.
Right.
If they did, you know.
Right, but it's Trouba to me would be a dream player for the Red Wings, and
100%.
And I don't, you know, the other thing too with the Red Wings, I don't know if people realize this, but by the time they got done signing Trouba, I mean not Trouba, but Seider and Raymond, they only had like $7 million of cap space. You know, they're
I thought it was less than that.
You know, might be. You know, at this point, so. The bottom line about this is there were no position to do it, but that's the type of player they desperately need. And
without a doubt,
you know, Seider can't do that. You know, he's got to play too much. You know, he could probably get a little more rugged that way, but he's got to stay out of the box, things like that. And he doesn't quite have that. He's been in the league for a long time, like Trouba. And the other part with Trouba can fight. You know, you know, he'll beat the living crap out of somebody, you know, so I don't know all that, but that's what kept him from coming here during the offseason. So I don't know if that's, you know, changing, you know, with that. So you know, but the thing is, he put some faith in Petrie, and I understand why. Jeff Petrie's been a good NHL player for a long time, but he wasn't the same player. Sherratt, that was like not a good contract. You know, he doesn't have, you know, those guys are willing, but they're not as able as they used to be. And Holt, you know, in Toronto, he was wildly unpopular. So he struggled with the D.
He had ups and downs here.
You know, yeah, once in a while he'll play well, yeah. But, you know, Olli Mata actually was a good signing by him, but then they ended up getting rid of him after he re-signed him. So you know, when I'm sitting there looking at this, I'm looking at, hey, where are your defensemen past your kid that you just brought up, who's excellent. People don't realize how good Simon Edmondson is. They really don't.
Oh no, I got him in my fantasy league. I realize
you do, but I'm talking about like people who aren't like into hockey, but they're kind of into sports.
They're the top defensive pair in the league right now.
Yeah,
they're up there.
They're really good. And but after that, it's not good. And then they're forwards that he signed. I mean, how can you have a bad penalty kill when you sign guys specifically for that type of role? Cobb, Comfer, Rasmussen, Veleno, those guys, that's their job.
But you still see like Lucas Raymond on the first.
He has to play on the penalty kill. He had one game where he played like, I think it was 2 minutes and 50 seconds on the penalty kill.
We've been trying, we've been we've been getting penalized a lot recently. These last, 3 games?
Well, what does that tell you? What does that tell you, too? What does that tell you? Is it a case of what happens when you don't get into position? You know, when you don't move your feet, get into position, you end up getting a penalty. So, you know, because you're trying to overcompensate. So all the different things that are basic hockey, you know, moving your feet, getting into position, that hard work, you know, because hockey's this frustrating thing for those guys. Those 45 seconds are, hey, where can I get into position? What can I do? You know, and to do that. And it's, if you're not moving your feet, you're not, you know, skating, you know, just going to get the puck and hitting somebody and getting that puck. You don't do that, all of a sudden what happens? Somebody's breaking the other way, and, you know, somebody's reaching and a stick gets in there. So
the Norris goal.
Yeah, right.
That was just like that, you know? Just like a miscommunication. What was it? It was like Raymond, a miscommunication between Raymond and DeBrincat. Puck goes the other way. Husso, here's the thing. I'm kind of a Husso defender, to be honest with you. Like, he played for us really good that first season, and he's been just on and off since.
He's been all right. He's been all right the last 2 games, though. He hasn't been lighted up.
100%. I'd still rather see Costa. Like, you know, that's our future.
I know. So, and I you know, it's hard. It's hard, I think, for somebody like you. It's hard for somebody like me, you know, who, you know, even though I'm not rocking my whatever jersey you would wear or whatever, you know, just to watch who.
Soderblom. I got my first NHL jersey that I bought myself is a Soderblom jersey.
Really? Well, you know, the one thing about him, he's not scoring any goals, but he's cracking heads.
Oh my God! And that's what he needs to do. Is a 6'9".
He is. He's been a lot more aggressive. Yeah, he's been a lot more aggressive. Oh, Soderblom jersey. Does that have to be like way oversized? You know, dragging down to your knees. I got my Soderblom jersey. 2485-3997-97. Yeah, but he has shown a little more aggression down. Notice that, but he's not scoring any goals. Wow! 2485-3997-97 on Pack Caputo 97-1-2.
This is injury attorney David Femininio. It's the wintry driving season once again, where reckless drivers are everywhere and they just can't seem to keep their cars under control. If you get injured in an auto accident this or any other time of the year, give me a call. I'm responsive to your needs and I will aggressively pursue your rights against the insurance companies. You can pick up the phone right now and speak to me personally by calling 855-65-CRASH or go to my website, GetDavidGetPaid.com.
So my home is also my office.
In 2 miles, take exit 108 onto Holly Road toward Grand Blanc.
Air mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze air mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Free happy Febreze, la 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 la. Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
You might not consider yourself a tech expert, but that doesn't mean you can't protect yourself from online scammers with a little help from McAfee Total Protection. Whether it's a fake missed delivery text or an urgent bank alert, these scams can look incredibly convincing. That's where McAfee Total Protection steps in. So go ahead, manage your finances and shop online. McAfee will help.
Use the right lane to take exit 108 onto Holly Road toward Grand Blanc.
Protection today to get award-winning online protection for just $39.99 your first year. That's McAfee.com/online protection. Cancel anytime. Terms apply.
What's up, sandwich heads? Today on Steve-O's Sandwich Reviews, we've got the tips and tricks to the best sandwich order. And it all starts with this little guy.
Take the exit. Then take the first left onto Holly Road.
Craving a Cubano? Yeah, sounds delicious.
At the light, use the left lane to turn onto Holly Road. Then turn right onto Genesis Parkway.
Dinner or late night, it'll be a sandwich worth celebrating. Trust me, your boy's eaten a lot of sandwiches in his day, and the one thing I can say with absolute fact, every bite is better with Pepsi.
The most talked about holiday deal just dropped at Target. Get 10% off Target gift cards with Target Circle now. From your teenage nephew to your kids' teachers and coaches, Target gift cards bring joy to everyone on your list. Join Target Circle for free, and you'll get the deal automatically. But hurry, 10% off Target gift cards with Target Circle in Sunday, December 8th.
Go past this light. Then at the next one, turn right.
Restrictions apply.
Tune in to the Cash the Ticket podcast for the latest in college football on Thursday and all things NFL.
At the light, turn right onto Genesis Parkway.
Brought to you by the official flavored crust pizza of the Cash the Ticket podcast, Hungry Howie's.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Cynthia and Ed.
My mother was always very active
In half a mile, turn right.
familiar with her neighborhood. But one day, out of the blue, she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn or just stay at the stop sign. She wasn't even really sure where she was at. She was very concerned. It was very unsettling for her.
It's important for you to talk to someone about it, to bring the family in on it. I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you and we'll figure it out.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Mike Stone and Evan Jenkins break down everything Pistons on Restore the Floor.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Genesis Parkway.
You get your podcasts. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. And Odyssey Sports.
In 800 feet, turn left.
From the Jamie Samuelson studio, here's Pat Caputo on 97.1 The Ticket.
Yeah, we got open lines, 248-539-9797. Ticket text is the exact same number.
Turn left. Then the destination is on your left.
A lot of Lions here. Look, Lions terrific. What a win over Green Bay. I mean, really, with all the injuries and everything, now they got 10 days to regroup, and then it's Buffalo. But that was a crossroads game. If they had lost, all of a sudden things would have gotten real tight. And not about getting to the playoffs, but winning the division and certainly getting home field advantage.
Make a U-turn.
It's very important to get that top seed in the conference. So you